Hey guys, today what I'm going to be showing you in this quick tutorial is how to cut yourself or somebody out of a picture and put them into a different one in order to create a composite picture using 2 to 3 different elements. It's very easy, and this is going to be one of the formatives that you are going to have a choice to do for your selection tools. Just practice, okay? When we're done, make sure that you guys export it as a PNG. I'll show you here at the end of the video. And if you want to put a little watermark on there as well, you can just put a text box giving your name if you would like this printed out. I'm very excited to see what you do. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So to begin, what I typically would suggest that you do is that you have all of your pictures chosen ahead of time. So on Classroom, if you've went ahead and taken a look, I've already shared these pictures with you. Some here that I have, I'll go ahead and open up in my downloads, is I have an action shot of me that we can be very easily cut out of. I also have this great one that a student took a few years ago, which you will be good. It'll be good to use different kinds of tools in order to cut out the student in the picture. This is one of me and Mr. Sharon that we took last year. And then finally, we just have a very fun one of Kim Kardashian because, you know, memes are life, whatever. So those are the pictures that we're gonna practice. I'm gonna take 1 or 2 to practice cutting them out. And then we gotta think about what we wanna put them in. You guys have a lot of different options. Like I said, I would suggest that you download everything ahead of time. That way you're not spending going back and forth, but you probably might end up doing that in the end. So for example, I started looking a bit of research ahead and I looked up a shark's mouth. So maybe I wanna do one where I'm like kicking a shark or punching it. So maybe I wanna look up maybe like a shark attack. That actually might be a bit better to search. You can see here, something that would be quite wise to do is that if you go to tools in your on Chrome and you go to size and we pick large, that is going to make a big difference. So we can see some here. This one's pretty cool, but already has something in its mouth. Let's see, some interesting shark photos. Let's see if I guess I'll check shark mouth. I think I was liking that one a bit more. All right, so I think I'll go tools, color, size, large, and let's see. Maybe we'll go ahead and try this one. I'm gonna go ahead and let it load, and I'm going to save my image as, obviously, a shark. It's gonna take a little bit of time. My computer's here going a bit slow. I'm just gonna throw it on my desktop, and I'll put it in a new folder titled Selection Tools. And so I'll call it, so we have the shark one, and then maybe I'm here and I'm about to go into like a, I don't know, a volcano explosion. A volcano shark, interesting. Okay, so maybe a volcano erupting. So we start to see here, I'm just gonna download 2 of them. But I like for you to go through the process of showing you like how I do my searches, guys, because it does make a big difference. Maybe a volcano mouth might be a bit better. Oh, this one's quite interesting. Let's see, am I still searching under large? I gotta always reset that one. Oh, this one's looking quite cool. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and grab this one here. Save image as, and I'm gonna just title it volcano. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I probably wanna do is to cut myself out. So out of my 3 pictures, the ones that I would wanna choose, I'm gonna choose this one here just because it looks like I'm jumping into something. And make it really easy, all you guys have to do is just simply click and just either drag it into the tab portion. So, oh my goodness. I'm gonna click and drag up here, or you can open it. You can do File, Open, and then wherever your objects were saved. So mine were in my Downloads folder. Sorry, my computer's taking a little bit of time here. I can go to my Downloads, and I can order, I'm gonna order by the date that I modified them. So these are gonna be the most recent ones. Let me see, here we are. I got the one with me and Mr. Sharon. All right, perfect. Hit open, and that'll open another one up in a separate window, either or. Okay, So to get started, I'm gonna find the best way to cut this out. This one here, remember, I want us to practice a bit with our quick selection tool, okay? With quick selection, what I have been finding that a lot of you guys will it defaults to this one on Photoshop. If you wanted to go ahead and give it a shot, you could, all right? I could try doing a rectangle, or if I wanted to try the lasso tool, I can just go around and then close it, remember, and then the computer is going to do the best that it can to try to select it, and it selected it pretty amazingly, all right? That's one option. I do want to take some time to select and mask because I want to get my hair. And so remember, with your select and mask tool, you would go to where it says refine edge. Be careful you're not in this one, you're in this one. And I'm going to do a few things that Photoshop will do quite easily for you. You can hit refine hair, and you see here my hair automatically will be refined quite nicely, but then I still have some parts here, like between my arm and whatnot, that I want to try to get. Photoshop has come such a long way in what it can do in regards to cutting people out. It's amazing. All right, so I have myself here, and what I really want to be mindful about, guys, is that I want to make sure that my output, I would like to output it to a new layer. Okay, I want to output it to a new layer. I'll output to a new layer. I'm gonna hit OK, and here I am. All right. So that was one way that I cut myself out. Let's cut myself out from another one here. We can go ahead and try once again to do the cutout subject with the lasso tool. So I'm gonna draw my lasso around myself, close it, and let's see how well it works here. It might not work as well because there's a lot of patterns in the background, but once again, it did a really, really awesome job. So I have this here. If I needed to add some more or take away, because you see how my marching ants here aren't really exact, the really great thing is that you can then go to your quick selection tool, and because I'm in the add, I can add on. So I'm gonna make my brush a bit smaller, and I'm gonna just add on here to my marching ants. So you can use a combination of the tools to cut yourself out, and it saves you a lot of trouble. If I wanted to take away, so let me crop in. So I wanna use subtract, so I'll minus. All right, very nice, because I don't want this here. And the less you can cut out, the more you can cut out, the less work Photoshop has to do. All right. Maybe do a bit less here, don't want to get those. So there's a lot of patterns you guys want to make sure that we get. Oh, no, option, delete. Okay, and once again, I'm going to hit my select and mask and do what I can here. I can try to do a refine hair option very quickly. She looks all set, but then also I do want to go through my refine edge and get rid of these edges here. So the object selection tool, amazing, definitely use it, but also make sure to use the quick selection bar as well, because it's gonna make things a lot more exact for you, and they'll look really nice. All right, oh, it's like here with my shoes, I definitely need to go back to quick selection, and I'm going to pick up some more. And this is, all right, we got those. Can't miss the Birkenstocks. All right, we got that. I think it's looking pretty good. Oh no, look at my arm. So obviously the object selection tool didn't do as good of a job, but like I said, because the edges were harder to pick up with the background of what was going on. That's why taking pictures against a white background or like a solid color background are always gonna make it a lot easier to cut yourself out. Ooh, let me see my eyebrows here. Make sure my face, get a bit more of my hair. And if you wanted to change, get this nice overlay, guys, the way you would do it is up in this view mode. So if you go to view mode up here, and you can select, and there's a bunch of different overlays, but the red one I really like. And you can change the color too if red's like not pleasing, you know. So, all right, looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and once again output this to a new layer. If you wanted to try a new layer with layer mask, you can do the same thing as well. We'll get into layer masks, erasing, and bringing back next class. So new layer, okay, and there I am. Now I had some things here where that didn't turn out really well, so that's probably a situation where the layer mask would have worked out because I could have added and brought back in. So this one's gonna be a bit tough. I'm gonna leave it if I want. If I did Command Z, I can reselect everything and then go back through that same process, etc. But I'll just stick to this one here. All right, so I have my picture here. Now, the next thing that I want to do is bring in my background photo of what I want to drop myself into. So I went and downloaded that one on my desktop under selection tools. And I think I'm going to do the volcano. Take a good look at it. Looks wild. Or should we try the great white shark? Yeah, who knows? Go ahead. I'm going to drag it into a separate tab just so I have a good idea of what's going on here. And this is how easy it is to bring yourself in and out. I'm going to take myself, make sure I'm under move. All right. I can pick myself and I can hit Command C, which is copy. And then I can do Command V into my new object, and there I am. But now there's a few things that I need to do. Biggest one, and I need to adjust myself. Free transform. We're going to be using this tool a lot over the next couple of weeks. Free transform is Command T. You're going to see my little box opens up, and I'm going to make myself smaller, bring myself in here. And then now, while you're in free transform, that's how you can rotate yourself. A lot of other things you could do is that if I wanted to, I could, if I double click, I bring up this menu, I could flip myself horizontally, so it would flip me. I can flip myself vertically, so it would put me upside down. Tons of options of things that you can do. It's really, really nice. All right, so let's just have me jumping in there. Ooh, hold down shift, so I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. Remember, so when you are doing free transform, if you just do it regular, it's going to constrain the proportions. If I hold down shift, that's when you can unconstrain them, but you really don't want to do that because it might mess up proportions. All right, so there I am. When I'm ready, I hit enter. Now, as you can see, there's a new layer of me going crazy. This is where you can have a lot of fun with it. If I wanted to add an effect just to this one right here, I want to make sure that I select myself. So, I mean, for this here, I can go and from this layer, I can choose. And let's see, you can see all the different ways. If I'm like burning, let's see, under darken, had me a bit different colors. Color burn is too much. And you start to have fun with it. You don't necessarily need to do this, but these are different filters that you can put on, or adjustments you can put onto your your image, this layer. I'm gonna leave it normal. But remember, if you guys ever wanted to make an adjustment just to this layer, a really easy way, because it's on a transparent background, is I can literally just do command click onto the layer, and I've already selected myself, and then now I'm gonna make an adjustment. So let's say for hue and saturation, I wanted to make myself like I was red or burning or stand myself out, whatever. You want to try to make the most kind of sense or not, but it's just a way to have fun. It's a really easy tutorial, guys, okay? So for me to go through that again, if I wanted to select myself, I have to make sure that I hold command and then I just click onto the layer, all right? So deselect, and then if I do command, and you see how that little marching ants thing pops up, and I click on this layer, you're gonna see that it's gonna pick everything that is in that layer besides a transparent background. All right, so that is how easy it is. Obviously, I want you guys to be a bit more creative than how I was. I went through this really fast. When you are ready to turn your stuff in, a few things you could do. Put in your name, all right? So I made this artwork. I'm really pumped about it. I'm gonna go ahead and just write my name, Ana Maria Torres. Make sure that it's visible, okay? So I'm gonna pick just like my regular font that I always enjoy. Maybe I'll do like this one here. Make it in white because it'll stick out quite nicely. Get my text moving to the right kind of place. Okay, now I'll readjust it. I'll actually use my capital letters because grammar. All right, make that a bit smaller. Maybe try like 60. Perfect. All right. So my picture feels ready to go. I have my little watermark there, and I'm just gonna go File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. It's gonna ask you where you want to save it and how you want to save it as. And there it is. I'll just label it like, selection tool. Save. And then that's what you'll be turning in, dudes. That's it. So you have a choice of working on this, or you can go ahead and also try the fruit face, which is a tutorial on the next slide, and have some fun. Any questions? See if you can answer them yourself, ask a friend around you, or use our favorite teacher, YouTube. Take care. Bye.